My 7-year-old son, Ethan, lies in the ICU, fighting for his life after emergency brain surgery, and the person who did this to him did it on purpose. She wasn't a stranger. She wasn't some criminal. She was our HOA president. Her name was Karen Mitchell. Before you watch the full story, tell me in the comments, where are you watching this from? And don't forget to subscribe, because what you're about to hear is a true story of cruelty, justice, and survival. The fluorescent lights hum above me, cold, sterile, endless machines beep beside my son's bed, keeping rhythm with his fragile heartbeat. My 7-year-old boy, once so full of life, now lies motionless, his small head wrapped in bandages. His brown curls are gone, shaved away for the emergency surgery that saved his life 3 days ago. 3 days since Karen Mitchell destroyed everything. I sit beside him, clutching his limp hand. The doctor's words echo over and over. Severe traumatic brain injury, swelling on the brain. The next 72 hours are critical. I have no tears left, only rage. Just a week earlier, life was normal. Ethan was in the driveway, drawing with chalk, rockets, planets, and superheroes. His laugh filled the air like music. "Mom, look at my rocket!" he yelled, his hands covered in bright chalk dust. I smiled from the porch. "It's amazing, baby. Make it as big as you want." Our neighborhood, Riverside Estates, looked perfect on the outside. Green lawns, white fences, friendly waves. But it was a kingdom ruled by one person. Karen Mitchell, 53 years old, living alone in the largest house on the street, and ruling our HOA like a dictator, 8 years in power. No one dared challenge her. If you did, she buried you in fines, violations, and letters. I heard her before I saw her, the sharp click of her heels. Everyone in the neighborhood froze when they heard that sound. "Excuse me, Sarah," she said, her voice dripping with fake sweetness. "We need to talk about this." "Vandalism," I frowned. "Vandalism?" She pointed at Ethan's chalk drawings like they were graffiti. "This violates HOA rules. Section 12, paragraph 4, no defacing visible property." "It's chalk," I said, barely keeping my voice steady. "It washes off." "It's an eyesore," she snapped. "It lowers property values." "You'll be fined $500. My stomach dropped. $500? For chalk? Ethan froze, his chalk slipping from his fingers. He looked up at me, confused and scared. "Did I do something bad, Mom?" I knelt beside him. "No, baby." "You didn't do anything wrong." Karen raised her phone, snapping pictures. "You'll receive a notice by mail. Maybe next time, teach your son respect for the rules." Her heels clicked away, leaving behind silence, and a trembling little boy. That night, a certified letter arrived, $500 due in 30 days. I paid it. It meant skipping meals, skipping bills, but I paid it. Then came the next violation. And another. Trash cans visible. Mailbox too dull. Unapproved plants in the garden. Within 6 weeks, $3,000 in fines. Mrs. Chen. Next door came over with casserole and sympathy. Karen. "Did the same thing to the Hendersons," she whispered. "She harasses people until they move out. You need to fight her. But how?" I was a single mom, working double shifts at the hospital. I could barely afford groceries, let alone a lawyer. Still, I started documenting everything. Photos, dates, letters, every word she said. Because deep down, I knew one day I'd need proof. Ethan had grown quieter. He stopped playing outside the row. Therapist I'd found said he was showing early signs of depression, a 7-year-old. Child depressed because an adult stole his joy, so I decided to give him a happy day. "Let's go to the park, buddy," I said. "We'll have a picnic. You can bring your chalk." His eyes lit up. "Really?" We spent hours at Riverside Park. He drew a rocket flying through a rainbow. Other kids joined him, laughing, playing, adding stars and planets. For the first time in months, Ethan laughed. Then I saw her, Karen, marching across the grass in her designer tracksuit, fury burning in her eyes. "Stop that immediately," she barked. Ethan froze mid-drawing. "You're defacing public property," she shouted, snapping pictures. "I'm calling the police." I stood up, my hands shaking. "Karen, it's chalk. It washes off." She stepped closer. "You're setting a bad example. You're an unfit mother. Maybe CPS should look into you." Something inside me broke. "Get away from my son," I yelled, pushing her back just enough to create space. She stumbled, then dramatically fell to the ground. "Assault!" she screamed. "Call the police!" Phones were recording. Karen had exactly what she wanted. That night, police came to my door. One officer sighed. "We know who she is. We've been here before, but we have to file the report." Days later, she went further, reporting me to child services, spreading lies online, demanding the HOA foreclose on my home. I was drowning. Until one morning, everything changed. I'd just finished a 12-hour night shift. Ethan was walking to summer camp, just 2 blocks from home. I followed at a distance, like always. Karen was on her lawn, adjusting her sprinklers. She saw Ethan and smiled. Then slowly she twisted the sprinkler head, directly toward the sidewalk. The water jet hit him hard, so powerful it knocked him off his feet. He stumbled backward, his head striking the edge of her concrete border with a sickening crack. I screamed his name and ran. Karen froze, pale but defiant. He wasn't watching where he was going. "It's not my fault." Blood pooled under his head. I called 911, performing CPR through tears, begging, "Please, baby, stay with me." The hospital said the words I'll never forget: severe brain injury. Emergency surgery. Induced coma. Neighbors came forward. Mrs. Chen told police. "She did it on purpose. I saw her aim the sprinkler." Mr. Rodriguez confirmed it. So did 3 others. The truth finally caught up to Karen. Mitchell, she was arrested, charged with aggravated assault with serious bodily injury. The neighborhood rose up. They voted her out of the HOA. They erased all her fines. They started a fund to help with Ethan's recovery, the same community she ruled with fear, now united against her. 4 months later, the courtroom was packed. Karen sat there, pretending to be the victim. But the evidence was overwhelming. Years of harassment, photos, letters, witness statements. The jury didn't take long, guilty on all counts. The judge looked her in the eyes. "You abused your power. You assaulted a child. You showed no remorse. You are sentenced to 15 years in prison." Karen's face went white. For once, she couldn't manipulate her way out. Months later, Ethan came home. He had scars, but he smiled again. He sat on our driveway, chalk in hand, drawing rockets and rainbows once more. Our neighbors joined him. Mrs. Chen brought lemonade. Kids from every house filled the street with drawings. The HOA declared the first Saturday of every month Ethan's day. "Mom," he said, holding up his chalk, "we're safe now, right?" I smiled through tears. "Yes, baby. We're safe now." Epilogue. Years later. 5 years passed. Ethan grew strong, creative, fearless. He turned his pain into purpose. Painting, sculpting, even speaking at schools about kindness. One day, he told me, "I want to start a foundation for kids who've been bullied or hurt. I'll call it the Rocket Project, to help them find their own way to fly." Again, that's my son, the boy Karen tried to break. Now, helping others heal. And every Saturday, he still decorates our driveway with chalk, stars, planets, rockets, rainbows. He always ends with the same words, written in bold colors: "Kindness always wins."